take a trip with us inside a haunted Halloween attraction.
If you choose to get yourself around campus on a bike, the expansion of a busy road might open up a new route for your commute. I'll have more for you on this story later on in the show.
Dancing with the Stars comes to Elon, and they're hoping practice will make for a perfect performance. I'm Addie Haney.
And I'm Jason Puckett. All this and more tonight on Phoenix 14 News. While some students walk to their classes, others choose to make their way from building to building by bike.
But this alternative transportation has its drawbacks. Don Gurnice is live in the studio with more. Don?
Thanks, Addie. Biking has its uphills and its downhills. It's easier than walking, but it's hard to find room on the road that cars are willing to share, until now. Elon is making room for bikers on Haggard Avenue. The road expansion is not specifically for bikes, but according to the Department of Transportation, it will make the area safer for both cyclists and drivers.
One of the reasons why I really can't get into town, on my bike, is because the street is really, it's really dangerous.
Andrew Riley is one student biker who would feel safer on the road if it was a little wider.
I ride an Elon bike, so I rent it from the university, and we don't have reflectors, and I don't really have the money to go out and get the security equipment that I need to ride on the street. So I'm sort of restricted to the sidewalk. The narrow street has been dangerous for Riley and nearly cost him his life. Just last week, I almost got in a wreck. It was raining, and I was riding. I had to get somewhere, and it's just a bad situation with the roads being so narrow. The construction of a wider lane, about 2 feet of additional room, would bring the road to about here. That's an effort of the city to make for a safer daily commute, but just a little further up the road. Here on campus, student bikers don't seem to care that much about wider roads. They're looking for more of these.
More bike racks. I think I'm always trying to fight for space on bike racks.
More bikers on campus every year means sharing the bricks with cyclists as they ride from place to place. It also means the places that they park their bikes are a bit more crowded.
So many of the bike racks are overflowing with too many bikes. There's definitely enough of a demand for people riding bikes that more bike racks are definitely necessary for the campus.
Phoenix 14 reached out to campus officials who say more bike racks are set in the budget and will be brought to campus in time. As for the expansion of the roads, it'll look a little something like this. The North Carolina Department of Transportation is looking to start by expanding West Front Street with 2-foot paved shoulders. It would start down by Englewood Drive and go all the way up to East Haggard. This creates a route that will give bikers more room on the side of the road outside of the traffic lanes. The new expanded road will help connect Elon bikers to the city of Burlington. More paths are still in planning stages for the future. Don Gurnice, Phoenix 14 News.
Last week, the community of NC State University was shaken after discovering their LGBT center had been vandalized. The words burn, die, and other homophobic slurs were spray painted across the walls of the center's entrance. Phoenix 14 spoke with Elon's Spectrum Club president Jess McDonald to hear her take on the issue.
We don't even have a center right now, so there wouldn't really be anywhere for them to vandalize that's specifically LGBTQ. But one of the fears with getting a space on campus is that it will become a target for things like this.
Spectrum currently does not have its own center on campus. However, next fall, LGBTQ plans to move into an office in Powell House near the tennis courts. And as a group of LGBTQ, Spectrum will get to use that space.
The American Chemical Society honored President Emeritus Earl Danley for 60 years of service. The society is the oldest and largest organization for chemists, chemical engineers, and other related professions. Danley received a certificate noting the society's appreciation for his dedication to chemistry. Danley started teaching chemistry at Elon right after he graduated in 1946.
It started in New York City and has spread across the country and the world. And now the Occupy movement has come to Greensboro. The movements have become high-profile protests where citizens peacefully advocate change in local government policies. Members of the Occupy Greensboro movement are advocating for more job opportunities for all citizens. Protesters have been camped out at the YWCA playground in Greensboro and have a permit to stay on the premises until November 12th.
Part of the homecoming festivities included Elon's second annual homecoming concert, this year featuring Corey Smith. Smith is known for his non-conventional blend of country, rock, and blues music. The concert was held in the parking lot behind Colonnade's residence halls on Friday night. He may seem like a typical rock star, but Corey Smith is a strong advocate for getting the most out of a college education.
I use my education every day, whether it's in songwriting or just in relations with other people or the business. That's something that can't be taken away from me.
Homecoming is a great time for old friends to reconnect, but for some, it's a time to reflect on how Elon brought them all together. Brogan Bowles caught up with two families who have a special connection with Elon and each other.
It was the only dorm with air conditioning at the time.
Rusty City and Chris Jones came back for homecoming almost 32 years after their graduation and reminisced on their time as roommates.
He was the logical one.
The voice of reason.
Thank you. I couldn't. Yeah, he was the voice of reason. And he probably saved me from a whole lot of indiscretions.
Elon is where Chris and Rusty's friendship started. It's also the place where their family started.
He proposed to his wife, and am I right?
That's right.
Yeah.
At some point I did 28 years ago.
Yep. He proposed to her at the Fountain Out.
The roots of these two families began at Elon, making this campus and the memories it holds a place that both cherish dearly.
I have a son that graduated from Elon also, and my wife graduated from Elon, so this is something we all have in common.
And now, it's something their daughters also have in common. Not only are they at Elon together, just like Dad, they're roommates. Catherine transferred to Elon as a sophomore.
You said that you had a free room.
Right.
And then Dad.
Yeah. You called asking about housing.
Right.
To talk about the different housing on campus. And I was like, wait, I have an empty room.
And Meredith had a spot waiting for her.
Like Meredith said, this is home.
Brogan Bowles, Phoenix14 News.
Rusty City and Chris Jones both graduated in 1980 and have kept in touch ever since. Their daughters will both graduate in 2014, 34 years later.
Homecoming events kicked off on Friday, and on Friday night, a crowd gathered in Rhodes Stadium for Rally Elon to celebrate the Ever Elon Giving campaign.
Thanks to each and every one of you that we have surpassed our historic $100 million Ever Elon campaign goal.
President Leo Lambert announced the campaign surpassed its goal of $100 million, reaching to just more than $105 million. The campaign launched in 2008 with a goal of ensuring that students have an access to an Elon education while providing students with a wide range of opportunities. Members of the Elon community, including basketball coach Matt Matheny and current seniors Andrew Sommers and Nicole Murillo, spoke about how the program has impacted their time at Elon. Ever Elon was the largest fundraising campaign in Elon's history. A portion of the Ever Elon campaign goes towards scholarship funding for students. The program is beneficial for students offering aid without requiring students to pay back the money like a loan. That's good news for Elon students because this year's student loans nationwide will surpass $1 trillion. The shocking sum has doubled in the past 5 years, becoming the largest amount of student loans in history.
Unfortunately, students have other money troubles to worry about. Bank of America recently announced a plan to charge debit card users a monthly fee. Users will be charged the $5 fee after one purchase is made each month. After that first purchase, it doesn't matter how many other purchases you make during the month. It also doesn't matter whether you select debit or credit at the point of sale. If you don't use your card, you won't be charged the $5, and the fee doesn't apply to ATM usage. The $5 fee will go into effect next year. Coming up on Phoenix 14 News, one of the highlights of homecoming weekend is the football game. Later, we'll have all the details on Saturday's game.
From the fields of Alamance County to the shelves of one local store. Coming up, find out how one grocery store is making a profit off local organic food.
And later, we'll put you in the Halloween spirit with some frightening fun. Welcome back to Phoenix 14 News. For Elon students interested in organic and all-natural choices, there's a special store in downtown Burlington just for you. Brian Mazurski went shopping to grab some organic goodies.
It's the only one around, and it's not just food they're selling. Company Shops Market opened only 5 months ago. The store sells everything from locally grown food to eco-friendly paper products.
We consider ourselves a full-service, one-stop grocery store, so you can get all of your dairy, your meats, your produce, and all of your coffee, a lot of things that you couldn't get at a farmer's market.
Demo coordinator Tricia Moss hands out food samples to customers all day long. She says shoppers will have a more personal and educational experience while strolling down the aisles.
We try to make it very accessible, and we try to be here on the floor and teach people about the products and let people ask questions and learn new things. It's definitely an experience.
Not only can you buy some of your favorite local produce and products here at the market, you can take a break from your day and grab a quick meal at either the salad bar or the hot bar.
There's a cafe available in the store for customers to enjoy after grocery shopping or for anyone just looking to sit down for a healthy meal.
One special aspect about Company Shops Market is that with any local produce you buy, you have the opportunity to meet with the farmer who grew it, right from the local area.
The good thing about us, instead of saying, hey, this piece of broccoli came from Canada or New Mexico or something like that, this thing came from 10 miles down the road, and I know this is person A, and he gave me this sweet potato.
Stephen Walter, marketing manager of Company Shops Market, stresses the importance of local suppliers.
The main thing about us is that since we're community owned, run by the community, we want to be able to keep everything within the community.
With local food for local people, Company Shops Market makes it easy for everyone to connect with the local community. Brian Mazurski, Phoenix14 News.
If you don't have a car, don't worry. Company Shops Market is on the downtown East Burlington BioBus route. The store also offers lunch and dinner in their sit-down cafe during the week and breakfast on the weekends. All organic, of course.
Walmart's motto is Save Money, Live Better, but now they are helping people live better in another way. The Walmart Foundation gave a $50,000 grant to the Second Harvest Food Bank of Northwest North Carolina. The grant allowed the nonprofit to distribute more than 29 tons of food to 900 people in Alamance and Randolph counties. Those 900 people were identified as being in need of food assistance. Each person received about 65 pounds of food. That's around 60 meals. While Apple fans are still mourning the loss of CEO Steve Jobs, they do have something to celebrate today. 10 years ago, Apple released the first generation iPod and changed the way people took music on the go. In 2001, the iPod looked something like this. And since 2001, the MP3 player has evolved into a multi-purpose device. The iPod also paved the way for Apple's best-selling iPhone. Coming up later, Stevie left the baseball field to dance his way to a good cause.
And coming up next, we'll take you to that wicked attraction.